This is breaking news from Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
What a dramatic night tonight on the campus of Columbia University.
Hundreds of New York cops mobilized to remove protesters and outside agitators who vandalized and barricaded themselves in a campus building.
Police making nearly 50 arrests tonight. Those cops waiting until Columbia gave them the okay to move in and clear the privately owned building. Once they got that, they wasted no time.
Cops also making arrests tonight at City College. We've got several reports on all of this. We're going to begin with Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan, who has been at Columbia all night. Jim?
Diana, Sade, still a tense and dramatic standoff here at Columbia University. I want you to take a look right down here. Those police officers, they're just a few of the hundreds of police officers here tonight. They were told just moments ago to make sure they were wearing their helmets because people were throwing bottles and bricks from windows here. All this as the school gave permission to the NYPD to remove pro-Palestine demonstrators, and the police came in and did just that. Take a look. Eyewitness News was on the air tonight. This is video from tonight as the police moved in, and an enormous and convincing show of force, building in essence a hard perimeter around the main campus here. Remember, last night demonstrators seized control of Hamilton Hall. Tonight, critical response police officers were forced, take a look at this video now, to make entry into Hamilton Hall by climbing a raised stairway on an ESU device called a Bearcat. One by one, dozens of police officers walked into that building. They didn't know if there would be weapons inside or explosives, but they made entry and began arresting so far about 50 demonstrators. It's not clear how many were students, but many, we're told, were not students. Hamilton Hall is now cleared, and it is under the control of the NYPD. This is still all ongoing. Hundreds of police officers here beginning the process of clearing the campus of demonstrators. Just one more thing. Students were told before all of this started to shelter in place. They were given warning to do that before all of this started. Now, those people, those students who were found inside could face expulsion as well as criminal charges. Reporting live from Columbia, Jim Dolan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Jim, thank you. Now we want to go to Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang, who continues our coverage. She was near Columbia when many of those arrests happened and saw people get taken away by police. Lucy?
Well, that's right, Sade. I'm on West 114th Street between Broadway and Amsterdam. This is the southern end of the quad, and this is where they began removing the protesters tonight, and they began with Hamilton Hall, as you heard from Jim. The occupation of the building was a dark moment for the university and the city, and clearly needed to be was the night. Occupiers would not get a second free night. Police tell us the building was heavily fortified. Their quote, heavily fortified. We understand protesters have blockaded doors and hallways and basically turned the building into an occupation zone. My colleague Josh Einiger has learned that of the 50 or so arrested, most were outside, quote, professional agitators, not students. Officials insist they did not use tear gas on the protesters. Rather, they used a, quote, distraction device. What is that? A loud noise, something to distract and disarm, and then they started arresting the protesters. Earlier in the day, city officials said they would be charging those who barricaded themselves in Hamilton Hall with criminal mischief, burglary, trespassing. First round of arrests, police cleared out the building and the students who were surrounding the building, and they filled up the first few buses. Dismantling the tents and those camped out on the South Lawn will now be up to the university. About 15 minutes ago, we heard from police that the campus has now been cleared. All those who were in that tent city have been arrested. All that's left, the tents, and that will be up to Columbia to remove. It has been a very tense night. Several hours ago, police began by locking down a large zone around Columbia University, creating a frozen zone around this urban campus so they could assemble their large police presence, and perhaps more importantly, so there wouldn't be any conflicts on the street between protesters and the police. So again, The situation is done. Mission accomplished. Police have arrested all the protesters on campus and in Hamilton Hall. And I should say that we did spy one window tonight of these dorms where there was a large Israeli flag hanging in that window. That room was dark because many Jewish students have not felt safe here and have gone home. We're live at Columbia University tonight. I'm Lucy Yang for Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And some students who live in the dorms told to stay indoors tonight. Lucy, thank you for that.